TwinElements TV à Londres. Wouh, au Carnaval 2013. Wouh.
Good afternoon, we are with TwinElements TV with my man Penfold. How you doing, sir?
Good.
One of the famous.
Talks me up well.
No, it ain't no talker. Basically, we reason why I'm with Penfold is that HFM's back on, and this is one of the man who's, apart from 279 and yourself, and some of the great hip hop presenters that's been on the underground station. Now we have to hit with my man here, who's brought me into hip hop, or the UK side of hip hop. You know
And brought me out of my warm home.
I'm brought him out of his home. You know what I mean? So how you been, sir?
I've been good. I've been good. Looking a bit rough, so don't judge me today.
Look,
I'm not well kept. Okay,
I ain't shaven.
Fair enough.
Not stirred. I ain't feeling bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But how's it been over since the itch thing?
What,
man?
since coming back?
Well, since it's been off.
Since it's been off.
Yeah.
Well, since Itch went off, it was a good time anyway. It just gave me a lot of time just to have a little hiatus away from it all.
Alright.
So, coming back to it now, I mean, because I stayed away from the scene quite a lot, I mean, I kept up with maybe social networking, just Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. Maybe kept an eye on some of the artists that I was kind of feeling a bit. But because I wasn't supporting some of their music before, I was playing it all the time, I wasn't so involved in the scene as I had been before.
Do you feel like before HFM went off that itch really got the love?
Before it went off the air, or...
Well, meanwhile it was running, people didn't appreciate it for what it was.
I think if you were an artist or you were actually involved in the scene and you were in the scene properly, then you saw that it was huge. Any artists who were a part of that station, who were on that rotation, who had that kind of, I don't know what the word is, maybe camaraderie, whatever it is, they appreciate it. If you were just someone who just listened to the radio and
just for listening,
they're playing Jest again or that kind of stuff, you might say, that's not me, that's not my scene, that's not I'm part of. If you were around at the point where grime might have been kicking off and you were kind of from more of a garagey grime scene, you might have looked in it and said, HFM isn't really doing it, isn't supporting my UK.
Well, what it is, that's the reason why I'm saying, most UK hip hop artists really depended on itch for bringing them to the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was with Terror Slim, and he said Kung Fu, some of the events that used to happen in Camden, and the scene down there right now is kind of dead. So itch was a good look.
Yeah, it was, because if you had loads of different things, so you had, promoters, you had DJs, you had artists and producers. So you had something like Kung Fu that would come along. It'd be a monthly event. That was quite popular previously to HFM, it was popular. But it was niche-y, and it was about 100, maybe 200 people, and a special bash or a special artist. You've got people coming, from all over the world. Denmark, Germany, Canada, listeners like that. I'm waiting for someone to say, I'm listening from India or,
suppose they said something in their language.
Deep part of Africa, telling you that, they're listening.
I know where you're going with this. But suppose they say in another language, would Penfold understand that?
I would not understand that, but they understand hip-hop and it's universal, so I would appreciate that.
Shout out to my man, Junior Prez in South Africa right now. You know what I mean? It's always a good look. So if you do send through your music, it will get played on Itch.
Definitely.
HFM was one of the stations that stand out from the rest. It was very unique. You know what I mean? So obviously, it's more predominantly UK-based hip-hop stuff. And we went in hard. You know, so I used to be on that station myself, but obviously because of the whole dynamics of life, I had to jump on TwinElements.
Do you know that wasn't intentional?
I know it wasn't.
It wasn't intentional to be a UK hip-hop station.
Yeah, but...
they wanted to play hip-hop, and a lot of the artists out there were pushing UK music, and then it became known
for that
as a UK hip-hop station.
And then everybody kind of jumped on it with their music.
Yeah, exactly. So people like Disorder, DJ MK, DJs were on the station, they were pushing their artists and their music and stuff like that. So, shout out to Disorder, shout out to MK. And all of us, we kind of all played UK hip-hop, and then it became like, okay, every DJ's playing UK hip-hop. Someone like Retch Freaks coming in and doing their thing, or whoever, Tiny, whoever.
Name me a big artist that Itch made famous.
It has to be, man. It has to be Kalashnikov, 100%. Murder, 100%. Like, someone has been saying to me through Facebook the other day that, there was a point where it was HFM, Murder, and you and what's that channel again? Not YouTube.
AKA.
AKA, which was called. When we as DJs picked up on a record and we thought a record, it wasn't even, if you listen back to old shows and stuff, it wasn't even like any kind of peer pressure. There was no station pressure to rock a record. So, you know, if you felt it, we played it.
Alright, so they got Penfold out on a Friday night. It was an old bar. Me and Penfold used to throw it down, but Penfold kind of bring me in. You know what I mean? Then we done the house party. And all that. So, I want to say massive thanks. Remember the show that we did over the Christmas period?
I do indeed.
That was a show that in the car was, but it was a legendary show. I wish I recorded it, but put it this way, me and Penfold didn't have Christmas dinner that year. You know what I mean? So,
but it was still good.
How can what days are you on?
What days am I on? Like right now, I'm going to shout out Bigger Man as well. He is now kind of the station manager and general of Rich FM, we like to call him that. He does Saturday 2 to 4 on Itch FM. The show is called Food for the Brain, and then you can catch me later on in the evening, 12 till 2 GMT, because now we're global now, so 12 to 2 a.m. you can catch me on the show, which is now called the People's Court Show. All right, where we play hip hop, we talk about stuff, we do this, that, and the third, and we always endeavour to put on a podcast of the same show as well. So if you're someone that can't stay up that late on a Saturday night, understandable. Catch me on Facebook, Mr. Penfold, or at Mr. Penfold on Twitter, and I actually put that show back up there normally by midweek. So it's always a pleasure to missed out.
So to one of the greatest hip hop presenters on the planet Earth. Apart from 279 and MK, he's up there, man. He brought me into the game, you know what I mean? Chappers, TwinElements TV, we're out of here.
This is Mr. Penfold. Make sure you check out TwinElements TV on YouTube. That's TwinElements TV on YouTube.